All right, so I'll give you guys a minute to decide if you want to be part of the live. I think I've got one or two requested. Um, so it's your chance, 15 minutes consulting, free consultation. Um, so while you guys decide if you want to participate or not, I ended up getting a lot of questions since we started this workshop. And this live session, we obviously spoke with Renata, and I'm going to give this consulting. Tomorrow, I'm going to be releasing the second video of the workshop. In the second video, I'm going to talk about the 7 top questions about the validation process that people ask me. I'm going to talk about the top 7 mistakes that engineers usually they make when they're preparing their CDR. I'm going to talk about if you were self-employed or you owned a business, engineering business, how can you apply and demonstrate your competencies as well. And I'm going to give also 6 practical examples of CPD, continuing professional development. So that's video number 2 that I'm releasing tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So if you, by 9:30, 10 a.m., if you didn't receive my email and you are subscribed to my website, you registered yourself to the workshop, it's because the email probably went to your junk mail. So 2 things to do. Check your junk mail. If you didn't receive your email by 9:30, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, it will certainly be there. And if you haven't registered to the webinar or the workshop, you can go to my bio and there is a link. When you click on that link, there is a button which is to register for the 11 days of engineering qualification validation workshop. All right, so we'll see here who's asked. All right, it's going to be a surprise. It's Leo Ambrosio. So I will add Leo and we'll see if he's going to accept. So he's requested. We'll see if he's still he's connecting. Wow, that's encouraging.
Hi, Justin.
Yeah,
Thank
how are
you.
you? Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
no, that's all right.
Yeah, I do have a question actually,
Yeah,
and in one of my case episodes, I wrote about one company. I
yeah,
worked in that for more than 1 year, but actually part of this time I wasn't registered legally. I was doing part of consulting engineering, and I've written in engineering. There's one requirement that has to be more than 12 months in a company. And I'm questioning if I can use this career episode, even if I'm not like legally in a more than 12 months in this company. But I do have all the paperwork for the bank statement payments. And yeah, I don't know
So
if that's going to be valid.
were you providing like were you like a pessoa jurídica at that time, or just like a self-employed, like autonomo, or?
Yeah, only autonomous, but not actually with any, because was working before as everything like uh, in my na carteira de trabalho, I would say that. But after that, I started just doing as a consulting engineer because
Yeah.
I was thinking to live abroad, and that's why
Hmm.
I was still
Oh, yeah,
providing
yeah,
those service, but not
yeah,
legally.
yeah. And did you have any sort of agreement with the company, any contract or
Yeah,
something like that? Yeah.
yeah. They sent me the letter uh, for providing that there was like providing those service. They signed that. I have Actually only the letter, but not contract. I don't know if I can do the contract like for concerning for the last period. I can ask them if they can sign that for that
Well,
period.
if you have a letter engaging you, that kind of works as a contract as well. You certainly will need a reference letter if you're going to be using that experience as part of your career episode. You most certainly have to ask them to send you a reference letter as well.
Yeah, they already sent me actually that.
They already
I
did.
got already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have that already.
And did you, at that time, did you issue any, remember the RPA, the Recibo de Pagamento de Autônomo? No?
No,
No?
only the
Any,
payments in the bank account only.
or bank statements? You probably have bank statements that
Yeah,
shows
also
the company there.
yeah, there's a name of the company, the legal name, but
Yeah.
that is the only thing.
Does it appear in your tax return, declaração do imposto de renda?
Yeah, I do. I have that.
All right. Yeah, because that's some of the documents that you will probably have to demonstrate as well. Because the important thing about proving the relationship with the employer or the person that contracted your service is one that it can be proved that the company was that company. So if you have a reference letter, that's good. If you have bank statements and your tax return that can demonstrate that you're getting paid by that company according to what the reference letter is going to say. So that's another piece of evidence. And that letter, yeah, probably it would certainly be good if you had a contract and agreement, but because you don't, did you have to issue any ART for the
No, that
service
time.
that you
No,
provided? Yeah,
no, that time. I was doing only for the continuous improvement tools and anything that I have to do.
yeah. So
Like
what
with
sort of
purchase.
engineer are you? Are you industrial, mechanical?
Yeah, industrial engineer.
Industrial engineer. Yeah, all right. Yeah, another consideration that you gotta make as well, Leo, is to make sure that whatever consulting services or services that we're providing, they actually match the definition of the ANZ SEO occupation definition for industrial engineer. Because sometimes the services that we provide back in our own country may not match with the service or the definition of an industrial engineer, for example, that they consider here in Australia. So
Yeah,
just because you were not formally employed, let's say full-time. So in the Australian terminology, we would say that the employees that are registrado na carteira or formally registered by the company. Here we say in Australia that you are a permanent full-time employee. So permanent means that you are formally registered and obviously full-time working at least 36, 38, 40 hours a week. You can be permanent part-time, which means that you are formally registered by the company, but you just work like 4 hours a day. And then in your case, you were providing a service as probably a casual. So you were not formally employed by the company, but you were engaged to provide a service as a contractor, as a consultant, or as a casual. So, but nevertheless,
yeah, that's why I try. Yeah, that's why I try in my letter to mention was what my workload in that time, like working about 14